My name is 𝚌𝚕𝚘𝚌𝚔𝚞𝚌. I'm not sure if this is content, but this is an. I'm just calling this a live show because it's it's like intended to be I'm doing a show rather than just a live stream where people jump in. I'll see if I can edit it and do something with it later. I just figure this is a good way to, if I record something, like if I'm recording trying to do the thing that I'm trying to do now, I'll be like recording bits and pieces and then I'll get unfocused and I'll be trying to like record it instead of doing it, and this way I just put down the camera and there's going to be drama, so it's like a live show because it's 4:52 and it's been getting dark about 5:15, so I got to try and get some shit done before it gets dark because I'm doing stuff outside the gardening. First off, if you're watching this, I can get this. This is on special again on Amazon Australia for $14 for a kilo. It's apparently 40% dark chocolate or something. But do you think that's got enough theobromine to like help the crazy electric meat? You know. Oh, anyway, this live show is about coffee. So I haven't got time to ramble, which is good. I'll try and be concise. Let's try and follow it. So, oh man, it might start raining too.
The clouds are against your cloud face.
If you haven't seen one before, that's coffee. That's a coffee tree. That's an Arabica coffee tree. That's a coffee tree. That's a scraggly looking tomato. That's a coffee tree. That one. This one growing in creatine. I know. That one. That. That. That's a tiny little one that I should try and save before it dies. I don't know if the Wi-Fi is good out here.
Those little seedlings.
I can't remember the round leaves are called cordy somethings. That's one. And this is the mother plant. So today I'm going to try and. I've already done a video about it. I'll post later, but it's a weird plant where some of the fruit, like, not ready to pick. Definitely not ready to pick. I've picked a bunch of them, so I can't show you good examples. There's some of those that are ready. I want to grow it. Not. It takes too much and too much processing and blah blah. I've done it before. Try and make coffee with those ones behind are all like getting tilled. Yes, you can eat it. Oh, thanks. Sorry, thanks to viewers. Yes, you can eat it. None of these are ripe yet, but I'll show you. It's not poisonous. See, you sort of squeeze them. Oh, damn it. See, I recorded some videos before. See, that one's like overdue. I wouldn't eat that because now it's like, I've got some water here. I'll just eat one of these. That's not ready to eat, but it's kind of got this slightly sweet cherry flavor to it. And the seeds have this nucleus stuff. Like, I can't remember the proper name for it, but because I want to grow more and sell them potentially, this is why I'm like recording it, to make me do it, because it's Monday now. Yeah, see, this is slimy stuff that's like a growth inhibitor. So you've got to soak them. Which again, I'm used to growing other stuff like tomatoes and capsicums, or as the Americanos call them, bell peppers, chilies, stuff like that. And with them, like if you get the seeds, you dry them out. With these, you don't. You've got to like process them straight away and keep them moist. So I picked a bunch on Friday, a ton, and sat there, like I soaked them for a while, shelled them, like set them in water deep. Now, they stink because I've left them too long. The floating ones are no good. The ones at the bottom, like all that mucky stuff is like sort of worked its way off now. So that's now you'd either dry that out and then you can sort of, there's a fermentation. It's sort of, a lot of mucking around. You can sort of ferment them or you sun dry them and then you sort of roast them, and then you can do it at home with See, it's too complicated, but I can explain it how to do it, and I've done it, and you can do it with an oven or a barbecue. If you've got one of those things that rotates, basically it roasts them better. But it's so much. You need so many nuts and so much processing that now I just want to grow them because I enjoy growing them as well. Actually, do taste pretty good. I've forgotten how good they taste. I've considered growing them to like try and make a jam, or as Americans would say, a jelly, like a conserve even, because they do have like an interesting flavour to them. It's just that particular tree I got off my grandmother, who was a gardener, who got it off her sister, who lived on like a big acreage property with a dam and everything. And my grandmother couldn't grow them. Like, she grew strawberries, she was a big jam maker for fucking 60 years. But she couldn't seem to grow it at her place, and I saw it was like dying, and I said, "Oh, Granny, can I like try and save that?" And I dug it up and took it home, and it just wasn't getting enough light and water where she'd buried it, and she wasn't that interested in it, so I kind of saved it. But then I tried growing in a pot and different houses I lived in, and now I moved back. Like, this is my parents' house, and my dad planted it in that spot, and it seemed to be getting like just enough shade and just enough water. Because if they get too much light, like they're a canopy, like if they get too much sun, they get really upset. So I've had some that just, particularly when they're little like this. Yeah, thanks, man. Particularly when they're like little, they can get really upset if they get too much sun. They'll like just burn up like on a hot day. So anyway, I don't know how good the Wi-Fi is. I got the net to try and shake some of these off, because the old man wants to chop that off, which said, "Oh, let me try and get the beans." But as I've been yapping, those green ones are too early. But if I chop it now, like, that's maybe 50, 60 potential, because there's 2 seeds in there when you peel it. So there's 50 or 60 fucking potential seedlings in there. Most of these ones that are grown have literally just been from berries that fell off the tree, and I was growing tomatoes or something in it. But yeah, my old man's back in the hospital, so I thought I'd try and like motivate myself to actually be less of a shithead that can't get anything done. So this is a fucking travesty. There's a long, pointless story about this, but I had to take it off my property because somebody was stealing my stuff, and they'd moved this, and I spotted where they moved it to, and I was like, "Fuck you!" So I took it here, and I said, "Oh, it's only temporary." And it's, now it's full of junk. So I'm gonna try and clean this out, but I'll stop yapping and put my phone down. Yeah, I wish I was zesty, man. I'm just sleep deprived and
Got the loose goose.
cognitive slippage, cognitive fatigue, brain fog, but blah blah blah. Okay. Man, I forgot how good they taste. I really should try and eat these more. That was a waste of all those other berries. I shelled and didn't eat them. Fuck. Thanks for that. Who suggested I try eating it? Am I gay? No, I just get bored. So I didn't read that. I figure I'm going to go bald. And I bought this fucking hair dye because it was... I mean, if I was gay, that'd be fucking great. I'd be getting... I don't know if you know many gay dudes, but even chuds like me can get fucking laid when you're gay. Fuck's sake, man. Unfortunately, no. And these are avocados. I got to try and plant these today. So I'm going to try and put the phone down and try and shake that tree. How good's the Wi-Fi out here? I don't know. It's real fucking weak, isn't it? Shit. Oh, man, it's supposed to be on the 5G.
Oh, hello.
What's wrong with my ears? Let's see. Someone poisoned your berry trees. Fuck, man, that sucks. I'm in like a subtropical climate, so we can't really grow berries here. I'd be growing, like, I can grow strawberries, but fuck, man, that sucks. I can grow gooseberries, but I can't grow, like, do you mean like cherry berries or? Anyway, I gotta find a spot where I can put the phone down. Alright, this could go disastrously, so that could make interesting content. Chubby, zesty looking fucking doofus. Puts a dick out of himself online. No, don't do that. Fucking zesty. I've had a compliment like that in ages. Ah, Jesus. Alright. This is professional shit, man. Shitty, that's for sure. Well, you can tell it's authentic because it's so bad. Right there in the pot plant. That phone's only got 30% battery as well, so that's good. We're motoring. Sound and fury which signifies nothing, eh? So, yeah. Shaking the tree didn't result in catching anything. Get 3 berries. What's this? Hang on. What's that? I don't know if that bloke's still there that said he poisoned his berry tree. What berry? Like, I was yapping before about like coffee berries. Some of them are green, nowhere near ready to pick. Some of them are like, this is, see the softness of that? That's probably just about. Some of them like split. They go darker red and split, and then they're no good. They'll float, and then they're not viable. Yeah, whoop-de fucking do. Very unique flavour. It's almost meaty. See if that one floats. Yeah, floaters are no good. See if that one I just spat out floats. Yeah, it was a bit early. But yeah, you can make a tea out of these. You can make a tea out of the leaves, but I just am not diligent enough. I should probably try and save like 2 of the bigger ones for my property that I'm slowly getting around to setting up, because I've got lots of room to grow shit. So I'd be able to 2 mother trees and then just sell off the little seedlings. And I like to try and do this. It's not really permaculture, but like in here, that's a bunch of coffee seedlings, coffee beans I chucked in just in case. I didn't even bother peeling the ones in there. But then I planted in some lettuce. That's some tomato that, I just take tomato seeds off for each burger or sandwich, and it's like, oh yeah, that's a nice tomato. Or you buy some tomatoes. I try and keep a couple. So that's tomato, seedling, that's lettuce. I kind of figure if I can work out, like I'm kind of a dickhead, so if I can work out an easy way to explain to other people that don't know anything about gardening, that's green, either green or red amaranth. It grows like a weed where I live. You can eat it, but I find it really chewy. Apparently the younger leaves are better. And then because it grows just like anywhere, you don't know what, like how toxic whatever it's growing in. It's literally growing in the crack between the cement there, which probably has some decent soil that's washed down. Green amaranth, yeah. But I just, you know, worry about if it's, you know, what it's growing in. Like it could have, you know, motor oil or plastics or whatever. And I find it a bit chewy. So I don't bother eating, but I should try and cultivate that. It grows really easily. Like it's literally classified as a weed where I live. It's kind of like a chewier version of spinach. So what I'm hoping is, like, I don't have a lot of money, and you know everything's people getting worried about supply chains and all this sort of stuff, and food prices going up. Like if you can, I like doing things on the cheap. Packet of like 500 of those lettuce seeds cost like $2 in Australia, and these ones are good because if you go on the right way, you can chop them. And there's a thing called microgreens where you just try and grow them at a certain height. Mine haven't popped up all at the same time, but then you can just eat them. I sort of want to get around to trying that with amaranth, like just having the seedlings. Hi. All right, I got to put the phone down and try and. Purpose of me trying to do a live stream is making myself do something instead of, and that's, I think I put some coffee beans in there, but again, it wasn't, everyone's complaining about AI. The AI explained to me, no, you've got to shell them. If you just leave them in the berry and plant that, that's probably not going to grow, even though that's how these ones popped up. They're like, no, you'll have a better success rate if you shell them. I really should have eaten all those. It's such a waste. Like, that would have made a nice dessert if I'd eaten all those. I don't know, I wasn't in the mood to try it for some reason. Jeez, thanks to whoever suggested that. I suppose I've got to get a phone holder or something. I've never tried live streaming from out here before. What should I do next, if anyone's watching? Help me with my executive dysfunction. Executive dysfunction still sounds to me like some sort of businessman who's trying to be like a punk rebel. I'm an executive, but you can call me dysfunction. Here's my business card. I'm gonna move that at least off that precarious spot. That I think I'm gonna turn into a worm farm, or I'll put one of the bigger coffee trees in it. Nah, not sure if anyone's, I think it says one person's watching. I'm not trying to be rude, I'm just trying to get her done. Does this not entertain you? Excuse me. Zesty. Too much of a fucking bogan to be zesty, bro. You look zesty. Is that what he was trying to say? I don't know. I took it as a compliment. So, yeah, I think I'll do this for worm farm. I might see if I've got some rope to put around, because these are good to use for planting in and worm farms and stuff. But those handles are kind of crap. I'm pretty sure I just found this stuff. I've got some holes on the bottom already. I need two. The thing if you use one of these for a worm farm is you do it properly, you should have the holes in a line, because you've got to think about what you're trying to capture it in. So if you use, you know, what what are you planning to put underneath it to catch the worm juice? So usually you need something. I've tried using milk bottles that I've cut open and that can get messy. Keep thinking of trying to use this. This was off I think the neighbours were throwing out a baby bath. I thought, oh, that's an interesting shape. I'll try and do something with that. Never thought of what to do with it. I'll try and make this so. Put this up on some bricks. Put in. So try and mark that. I'll just remember it. So there's 2 holes there and one there. Yeah. Might put another one in. Might, you know. That should work. Because you want it sort of a little bit elevated so the worm juice drops in. I don't know how good the Wi-Fi is. Kind of keep over explaining stuff. Hello. Sorry, I'm not used to viewers. If you are watching this and you're like, oh, this dickhead sort of like, this was an idea for growing tomato, and it will work for a bit, but this in the sun, this what is it, PVP or whatever, it'll change color and then it'll go brittle and crack, and one day it'll just crack on you. So you gotta, depending on where you live and how much sun. This is annoyingly too strong. I washed it in the dishwasher and it warped, and I thought that's a funny looking shape. I'll grow stuff in that. But the avocados, no, it was one of those coffees that was growing in there. The root was growing out there. It was very root bound. So I'll try and not try, but I will get this done. This is just, when I work at a place, this is like a mailing box. I haven't put holes in it yet because sometimes you can use it as a catcher underneath for, you know, even the worm farm thing. Once you put holes in it, you know, you buggered. That's it, it's buggered. That's a kitty litter tray that I literally found when I walked to. It didn't look used, or it looked clean-ish, and I was like, I don't care. I'm going to use it for gardening anyway. I drilled some holes in the side of that because I was going to have it here. Alright, I'm going to stop yapping, and we've still got some light and a little bit of battery. Oh, cool, nobody's watching. Now I don't have to worry about yapping. I'm going to clean this out. These only last so long. It's going to go out. I think these plastics still sort of good. This water's going to have nutrients in it so I'm going to try and use that as a liquid fertilizer if I can. The idea with this was that I could, you know, I like stuff that you can move around your seedlings. But that's getting some sun degradation. That's going to start cracking soon enough. So that's avocado seedling that got upset. But they get very dramatic. It got upset about something and dropped its leaves. It might come back. But yeah, I want to clear this out. And I got to take it back to the property, but I want to have the bucket things like in there and try and clean this up too. So, oh, there's 2 people watching now. Well, sorry, I'm trying to get stuff done rather than just yap at chat. You know, I keep doing that. See, if you're a procrastinating douchebag that saves stuff for a project like me, you know, you can look after stuff for a while, then you put it in the wrong spot and it gets too much sun damage. Oh shit. Like, do something with that window. Now it's literally falling apart in my hands. So let that be a stark reminder. Let me be your my mistakes. What is it? Something's dead in there. Maybe. Oh no. I was saving that to make now this looks psychotic. cautionary tale. That's the term I was trying to think of. Let me be a cautionary tale for all you procrastinators out there. You might get to the stage where your executive dysfunction is so bad, you think doing a fucking, I'll do a live show to help me like get stuff done. I don't believe in that doubling thing, but I like the idea of recording myself doing something. Shit. See, I'm not OCD, but I get these obsessions with like, oh, I want to get every last bit of value off that dirt. It's a waste of dirt to just chuck out there. We're motoring. Man. So I'll just keep going until. Shit, I don't know how good the is. It like choppy as fuck? The Wi-Fi is terrible. Okay, I want to put the phone down and actually like, do some shit. That was the whole fucking intention of this. I can't tell how bad that Wi-Fi is, so like, I want to put it close to the house. But does anyone feel like saying, "Yeah, it's terrible"? Not just that you fucking cringe, Lord Doofus, fucking dickhead. It's also that the fucking it's choppy as fuck, mate. I can't even understand what the fuck you're yapping about. 13 people? No, nobody. Can anybody say whether the Wi-Fi looks shit? No, alright, that's good enough. Fight against the dying of the light. It's going to be very dark in about 15 minutes, so I might have to give up then. Although, this fucking... I can't find the same thing on Amazon. That is... I've had that for like 2 fucking years. And obviously, because I'm shit house at everything, never got around to plugging it in. It's not... So I'd plan to take that to my big property, my vacant block. It's not big, whatever. It's above average size, I swear. It's not about the size, it's about what you do with it, isn't it? No. Alright, well, I'm not going to think about there's 9 people watching. Oh, I'm bashful now. Shit, man. See, I look at stuff like that and say, oh, that's... Oh, if I could take a right photo of that, that's shit, man. Look, it's like a commentary or like, you know, that's discarded technology, but like if you took that 100 years, they'd be like, oh man, you're a god because that thing lights up and shit. Oh, what? Alright, put this down and empty that out. I should make a carrier to hold the phone. Hold up. Hey, all you people, you're taking me so, take a break. I like when people point out Dre basically made 2 fucking albums. And he's made like $1 billion. But in reality, like, he only really made 2 fucking albums. The Chronic in 2001. Like, he guessed it on a bunch of shit, but he hasn't... Like, how did somebody that literally just did 2 albums have such an impact on one genre to the point that he's the fucking godfather of it? Ugh. See? No, that one's good. That one's come on. Oh, how do I turn this slide off? That's nice. If I can get some seedlings planted there, that'd be fantastic. That, it's got to get proper dark before that turns on though. But that's a motion sensor one. Yeah, I've got to try and find another. I keep reading reviews on Amazon and a lot of them are very, very poop house, very craptastic. Zero viewers, good. Still can't work out how bad this Wi-Fi is. It doesn't really matter, man. It's the doing of the thing rather than... Alright, so where can I... Noisy miners, shut the fuck up. God. Oh God, I'm online. Shut up, guys. Come on. I'm online. Oh, I was doing this thing a while ago where I found these. And actually, wow. The store I was working with, the liquor store I was working with, I watched this dude out the front at the bus stop take off these Nikes and put on some other shoes that looked worn. I was like, huh? So I picked these up. They actually fit me, but then they started falling apart. I used to do a thing where I'd like write drugs on old shoes and then throw them on just to keep the myth alive. People are like, yeah, that's about drugs when you see those shoes dangling off. Like, it's not, but I'm gonna say it is. Mama. So putting a phone in a used Nike would be a good idea. Yeah, Wi-Fi gave out. That's alright, it was a useful delusion to think that somebody was watching. Major technical difficulties. This spot here is myself. Trying to remember the word. Myself. Trying to remember the word. Try as much as I can get this bath cleaned out, because hopefully this sensor light will keep going off. I feel like Kramer, but I had the idea, Jerry. With those solar lights, again, with this whole growing food to try and be self-sustainable and on the cheap. My thought was if you could find a decent version like that, you get a bunch of them. You put them inside your house, and that has got like a 10 meter, which is what, 3 feet, 3.5 feet cord. So you hopefully you're near a window, so you can get near or outside through the window, and then the motion sensor light is set up inside your room, and then just every time you move in your room, because it just has like that ambient thing, and then when you get near it, it goes brighter. So that is fantastic, because as soon as it gets dark, it's just like some nice ambient light that then gets brighter, which people online were like, no, I wanted a motion sensor light that would only light up when people walk past. But in that shitty spot there, for my little scheme, oh crap, I was just yapping so long. The Wi-Fi is no good in this spot. I think it's about here I can see. So I think, and I've got about, how much? 16% battery left. I've got the flash on. All right, I pretend that I'm doing that anybody's caring and everyone's watching, and I'm gonna get full of junk. I'm gonna do that German hoggle. What's it called? You know the thing when you put logs and sticks at the bottom of the raised garden bed. Water in. Look for a phone holder. Try and figure out how to make one tonight.